The latest vision, we saw His Excellency, the President, talking about healthcare and support for Egyptians in that respect. When COVID-19, the world enemy, came, thank God we had that solid foundation here in Egypt, and that's why we managed to fight COVID-19. Another story is about digitization and the healthcare system. Definitely it's going to have a very positive impact.
Definitely, yes, and I'll give you in the new fiscal year in the government, the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, they dedicated a very good chunk of more than 3 billion Egyptian pounds for developing the healthcare systems and renovating some of those stations. And in terms of supporting the healthcare ecosystem, there is a potential for startups. Again, we saw that Ministry of Higher Education, they put 3 million Egyptian pounds to support startups to develop solutions like in ventilators, like all the needed equipment for supporting people in COVID-19. We saw a lot of investment coming in the healthcare sector as well. Yeah. So the potential is great in the tech healthcare. When we develop the whole system, we saw the health insurance program, which is a very ambitious program that will cover, started in Port Said as a role play or a role model about the implementation. It was very, very successful over there, and it will be extended over the different governorates very soon. And all these things, the beauty is operated by youth. Yes. This is the key word. Yes. And we saw in the report, let's focus on those keywords, which is the key drivers for innovation. It's about change. So innovation is the process of making change. This is very simple. And His Excellency, President Aftasi, he mentioned that it's all about change. We need to do this type of change. We need to do better, to be more competitive, okay? And to be very attractive as well in the market. This will do a lot of emphasis and activities coming in. We saw that for the first time that the Minister of Health, has 2 consultants. One of them is for digital transformation, and the other one about entrepreneurship. Yes. Wow, it's very
the equation is very clear. Yeah.
Yes, and the
this is the future.
This is the future. We need to put this into the technology, and the technology and health, you cannot separate them. Technological equipment put in the hospitals and the emergency rooms is all about using artificial intelligence for detection, for instant, for solutions. We saw a lot of startups coming up with mobile apps for early detection of COVID-19, for instance, coming from Egypt. So the market is huge. The opportunities are there. His Excellency mentioned that we have a lot of challenges. And this is the key driver, again, for innovation. The more we have challenges, the more we have
to work together to find solutions.
To find solutions. And it's very inspiring for each and everybody to come up with a solution using the appropriate technology per se. This is what we need to talk about.
Yes. Finding solutions, and here comes the key word, the magic word, let me say, innovation. And usually when we used to attend the World Youth Forum and the National Youth Forums, it was this magical word, which is go and create. So how can we have brains today that are capable of having this sense of creativity is the key.
Let me put you in, on the landscape to see that we already have things on ground. Starting from schools, the Ministry of Education started to develop its new curricula from grade 1
Now it's no more that you memorize and go and sit for an exam.
It's all about putting like those competencies for creativity and innovation in there. Moving forward from the ministry or from grade 12 to the university level, we have a lot of programs coming in, the entrepreneurship clubs, the social innovation clubs as well, with the Ministry of Youth as well in each and every public university. So they promoting the idea of innovation to solve social problems based on technology. So these things are already in place right now. And after we move from the university to the real world, we have more than 25 incubators, private-owned and publicly owned or government-owned incubators. So all of these are the supporting infrastructure or supporting ecosystem for innovation. We see a lot of funding institutions coming as well in this, and they put a lot of emphasis. We saw the educational institutions as well focusing on the social innovation is the key. The Ministry of Solidarity per se, it has its own programs in the social innovation as well. So it is a parallel moves from each and every stakeholder moving together towards one thing, that we have to have like a better quality of life for the Egyptian. So it is there. We need people. This is what we call the positive virus. So we need this positive vibes to be spreaded more and more, thanks to the youth, thanks to the social media. Those people having different types of interactions and people and media access. So we need to go viral for all resources to engage people and to promote those type of positive vibes and good signs for the future.
Yes, good signs for the future, where we have more than one sign. The new universities are considered to be a very good sign, and we are going smart. The smart universities has been really a hit and has actually been hitting headlines worldwide. See the number of universities and international universities that Egypt has today also.
Definitely. Right now, for the last 2-3 years, with the administrative capital coming in and the new reform in the academic programs and universities, introducing new topics, new specializations, that those specializations will be ready for the future jobs as well. This is the main mandate of the university. We equip students with talents and with competencies to be ready for the future. And the beautiful thing is that all the new integrated universities, each university should have an international program with the top-notch university in the world to come in and to operate in Egypt. It's not just only having like a subject or two. No, it is the whole program to be conducted in Egypt as well. So we put people, we put students on the international level. We saw like 4 universities coming with new topics, new subjects. We have the Egypt Information Technology University coming in the new capital by the Ministry of Information and Communication Technology, with AI, with business technology, with economics. Those are the emerging topics that we need to think of in collaboration with international universities. So the place is there. The enabling environment is there. So I'm inviting each and every person to take a very good chunk of those opportunities. These opportunities were not there 3 years ago, and we are equipping everybody with the future.
Yes. Dr. Nezar, you've said that this field and the area of digital transformation is transforming rapidly all over the world. And what is trending these days concerning the area?
The trend is all about having better quality of life for each and every person. Not let anybody behind, okay? This is one perspective. The other perspective, which is the digital government, okay? And creating those digital leaders. So the digital government, and if you have like the metric for performance evaluation, having a metric for assessing all the national projects to see are they moving in the right direction or not. This is another one trendy thing. The third, which is the employees in the government as well, how they are all motivated, how they are all moving into the digital era. Those are the most attractive part. When you talk about entrepreneurship in the area of digital transformation, definitely fintech is one of those important parts, which is the financial technologies. We saw a lot of startups coming, not only just in Egypt, but in the world moving forward. A lot of money injected, investment, venture capitals, angel investors putting money in. It's a very trendy part right now. It's about digital in financial technologies. And health tech as well is putting this. And last but not least, the GovTech, which is using technology for government application, for better decision making,
government governance and
yes, governance. And absolutely correct. Yes.
Yes, that's great. Talking digital leaders, I like the term digital leaders. the leaders of today, they have to prepare themselves to be, so that they can handle matters digitally, all in the future. So like what we call coaching the coaches themselves.
Yes.
Are we working on that? Are we coaching the coaches?
Yes, a lot of programs started right now to take place in different aspects, in different dimensions.
For leaders in the different specialities all over the Republic.
Yes. For instance, the National Academy for the NTA, National Training Academy, for preparing leaders for future jobs. They put a lot of emphasis in innovation and technology. They taught those candidates about technology and technological aspects. We saw like a specialized unit about digital transformation each and every ministry. So with the number of ministries right now, there are a group of experts coming them for the last year, have been put into training, development. Those people will be responsible of developing or following up or bridging or being like a liaison between the Vision 2030 digital transformation program on the national level and to be localized on the ministry and the mainstream level as well. So creating a digital leaders, it has a great potential that we have been technology aware, risk aware about that as well. Upscaling our talents, our capabilities as well, extremely important. Not only these, but we need to change how to do business.
Yeah.
So changing the way.
So our outlook should differ.
Definitely, yes. The output should be there. And when we talk about digital leaders, we talk about outcome, not output. So when you talk about outcome, which is a useful output per se. So this is how it will be in an efficient and effective manner. All these dimensions, all these directions are in the process for development. The beauty of digital transformation is not one time switch on, switch off button. No, it is a continuous improvement because technology is rapidly changing, moving very fast.
To keep pace.
Exactly. Service providers or technology providers are moving. And the key issue right now, when we saw in his talk and this report, that we need to own the technology. This is the key.
If to have the tools.
Just only having the tool, we have the tools already, and we have the candidates from the developers. But when we create the technology, we be technology creators and technology owners. This is how we will increase the level of competitiveness in Egypt.
Are we working on technology ownership?
Definitely, yes. We saw in the report in electronics businesses, in AI businesses, and putting AI, using the technology is a tool, not a mean. For instance, if you ask anybody in the street about artificial intelligence, they don't care about that. They care about very special needs. So
their everyday needs and requirements.
So this is the equation, how we can put those very basic needs for those people moving in the street and to mix them and to augment them with the complexity of the high tech and different aspects of technology. In that direction, we can say that ease of use of the application as well. We are an agriculture country, and we saw a lot of land and acres of acres have been launched and integrated recently. And we saw the exports of Egypt in number of crops, and we have been ranked in top 5 in some of the crops and top 2 in the world. So without the use of technology, we cannot make it sustainable. Okay, so the technology is everywhere. Putting that in the right flow, urban planning, because we need to have like small cities, better life, better quality of life. Then all the enabling environment is there, so people will be able to move forward, inshallah.
Inshallah. Well, we're opening a new generation of universities serving as home for new technologies. We've seen Sophia that has been introduced, the robot, at one of our youth forums. Well, how about robots? In what way are they going to change lives in the future?
Robotics or robot systems are going to replace anything. For instance, if I have a manufacturing firm for car manufacturing, for instance, and I'd like to do the payment. the painting of the car. So instead of having like a gentleman sitting in the car, having the gun and do this type normal thing, I can replace it with a robot arm very easy. This robot arm will work 24/7. It will not complain, a lot of these things. So robotics, again, is one of the top list priorities on the national level. When you saw that the Egypt Digital Builder Initiative, okay, which calls DEBI, Digital Egypt Builder Initiative, it focuses on artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and robotics as well as digital arts. So robotics is extremely important. And the beauty of the things that Egypt, years and years ago, from the university level, Egyptian teams are winning international competitions in developing underwater robotic systems.
Great news.
Yes,
Yeah.
even though, like for the last 6 years, in any robotics competition in the world, you will find at least one team, Egyptian, coming from Egypt, if it is not in the top 3, but it is in the final, top 10 finalists. So the momentum is there. Ministry of Information and Communication Technology is doing a great emphasis and a great effort with the youth in the schools. They have something like this where we can build up robots for students in the public schools. And it is a country level competition. So introducing this culture is already there, and you can see like the great positive energy when you see people coming from a normal public school in the grade 6 or 7 and 8, and they can build a robot with very basic elements. This is really, really very inspiring and very motivating for everybody to move forward in that direction.
It is really motivating, and still talking about the digital leaders and how they are going to be resorting to robotics, how they are preparing their teams, how are they going to lead the way through this sense of resorting to digital transformation. What would be the priorities on the agenda of a digital leader, in your opinion?
Put the customer first. This is the most important part to think about it, okay? After putting the customer, we need to understand the customer needs, customer wants, which is the luxurious part, and the most important thing, which is the customer fears. For instance, if I am in doing a business, for instance, in a hospital or educational institution and something, the parent or the student, they have some fears behind utilizing any type of systems. So for the digital leaders, you have to be aware about these type of fears.
And contain them.
Yeah. And contain them. And then go back to the business process that you already developed or you're already working on, and make the use of technology, how to ease the life for those people, how to make how to contain their fears in a nice way, or to solve the problem in a nice way. Customers, they don't care about technology, bottom line, okay? They care about, I need to eliminate my fears, I need to satisfy my needs, and then give me the wants that I'm looking for. So if you would like to put customer first, whatever. And one of the things that I need to highlight, that it's not just only the passing through customers. I may think about my colleague in the other room, which is, we call them the internal customers as well. I need to make my colleague, his or her life easy when they are doing their job. This is mainly the humanitarian part was not there. When we talk about digital, it's not, using the technology is that easy. Just couple of training programs and you will master it. But the humanitarian part is extremely important. We talk about digital leaders and how to consider, as well as doing the business and business models.
Yes. Being a digital leader will help me further overcome the challenges in a different way of thinking?
Definitely, yes. Change is the only constant in life.
Yeah.
Okay? And Einstein had a quote. He said, if we need to solve the problem, any problem with the initial mindset, we will reach the same results. So we need to think in a different way. So the technology enables a wide spectrum of ideas, idea generation, motivation as well, incentives, getting innovation into the marketplace. These are the key things that this digital leader should care about. And definitely, he or she will be able to move and to change life. And let me put this in a nice context. For instance, when we talk about the government per se, right now we have the Government Excellence Award.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Government Excellence Award for this year they have introduced a new award for the employee and the manager and the section head. Those awards are really, and the team, the best team operating in the government. So they started this year, and people, they already submitted their proposal or their application, but I believe that the next year we will see a lot of ideas coming. People would like to see, and as you mentioned, Dr. Hala Saeed got the best minister,
yeah.
as well as we received 4 awards in this Arab Excellence Award. The Governorate of Port Said, the Governor, Port Said, and Dr. Hala Saeed, and we have the best employee as well, and we have the best project in the government, which is the energy level in Benman. So the candidates in the government, they have their way to show their excellence. They have their way. There is a formal channel right now to enable them to go forward and
to
see
innovate
that,
and to put ideas
exactly,
and to be different.
And to be different, and what is recognized by the top presentation in the government itself.
Yes, this is actually providing incentives, and this sense of motivation and incentives are very important in the field. We really covered tonight a very important topic, talking entrepreneurship and innovation, and I thank very much my distinctive guest for tonight, Dr. Nezar Sami, who is the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Consultant, for highlighting all those positive points. Thank you so much, Dr. Nezar.
Thank you, the pleasure.
Always adding value. I thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
And I thank you, dear viewers, for joining us. That was Thursday Debate, and I'm Taghreed Hussein. Many thanks for watching.